You guys have been asking for it, and you're gonna get it in this video. Andrew's gonna be swapping over his AOD to a T5 in this video. As a matter of fact, I think that's him coming in now. We have to get the Calypso clone off the lift so that we can get his car over here prepped and ready on the lift so that he can start on it tomorrow. He's actually probably gonna start on it tonight. One thing I do wanna let you guys know, I have to work tomorrow, so Andrew's gonna be over here for a while by himself. The footage that you see tomorrow will be Aubrey helping me out with the GoPro. So take that in mind, take it with a grain of salt. So the footage you see coming tomorrow will be that. All right, guys, and just like that, we got Andrew's car up on the lift. You guys want to see something clean? I want to take you underneath this thing. I'm telling you, this car is so clean. I've never seen one this clean, like that's not been, you know, maintained type thing. This car is just naturally clean. It just hasn't been driven a lot.
He don't give a shit about it. He didn't maintain shit on it. It just is there.
This was one of the main reasons why Andrew bought this car. We looked underneath it the day that he bought it, and we were blown away just how clean this thing is. So check this out. And when I say it's not been maintained, what I'm saying is it's not been detailed underneath. It's just a clean car, you know what I mean? So nobody come under here and painted everything. It's just a natural kind of clean. When Andrew bought the car, it's like 70-something thousand miles, or at least that's what it said anyway. And to be completely honest with you, if you look underneath it, I understand it. I mean, I believe it. This damn thing is clean. It's not beat up. The pinch welds are still in good shape. So very, very clean car. So Andrew got his clutch in, and we should have everything to get this thing going. So right over here is his transmission. I know it looks like crap, but it'll work for now. And I'm probably gonna give him the shifter out of the Calypso, and he's gonna get that one. I'm gonna put the Pro 5.0 in there because I'd rather him have the crappy shifter. We got our bell housing, we got everything else. Guys, I think we're good here. This should be a pretty simple job for the most part. So we'll catch back up with you tomorrow, and hopefully Aubrey's footage is good.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll catch you guys then.
All right, fellas, I just kind of wanted to give y'all an update. He's at work and just now got the drive shaft out of the car. The exhaust ended up being a pain in the ass because when they welded it up, the only clamps they put on it were right there. So I had to cut the welds and all off of the tailpipes and beat them out of there. So we're getting there. Just we can stop hitting bumps, we'll get there a lot faster. Now I'm just gonna get ready to pull the cross member down, and I'll probably run a ratchet strap across it and let the lift down enough because the transmission jack hasn't got here yet, and put a floor jack underneath it, bust bell housing bolts loose, and hopefully roll that thing out of there without it crushing me. See if I can ring the bucket. Looks like it's gonna ring. Are you recording that? Don't. All right, guys, we're about ready to pull the AOD out. He still ain't got home from work, but it'll be all right. Yeah. Took the two top transmission bolts out, so maybe it won't be so bad to get it while I'm gonna let the lift down. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna say. What is there to say? This video. All right, guys, we're about ready to pull the AOD out. I'm gonna let the lift down. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to say. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to pull this AOD out. I went ahead and got everything unhooked: speedometer cable, reverse lights, kick down cable, all that good stuff. Dipstick tube. I went ahead and took the transmission cross member off, put a ratchet strap under it just to make it a little easier on myself because we don't have the tall transmission jack yet to use with the lift. So I'm gonna let it down to probably the bottom or the second from the bottom lock, and then put a floor jack underneath it and try to ease it out that way. I did go ahead and take the top two bell housing bolts out and left the sides, the two on each side in there. Make it a little easier while I'm laying on the ground, but I try to get a little bit of video of it. So the plan is get it off the converter and get it back. And once we get it back, I'm gonna go ahead and just lift the lift up around the transmission. That's gonna be the easiest way to do it. The jack in the way?
Yeah, the jack's in the way.
Wow, here.
You hit me in the face.
I saw you flinch.
I did. That Joker hit me.
But be forewarned now, this Joker, this ain't no T-5.
I know.
This Joker right here ain't no pump,
It's gonna
man.
it's gonna be aggravating trying to get off the converter. I feel.
It should just slide off. Should.
Yeah, but nothing's ever how it should be.
You're not wrong. Alright. See if you can push the jack back real slow. You need to watch your face because there might be some transmission fluid coming out.
I know, that's why I'm getting back.
Shouldn't be, but there might be some left in that pump.
I figured it's about to get all over my
Is
arm.
it off the thing?
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, well, that ain't good. What you gonna do, catch all of it?
I mean, I was hoping you would be like, hey, somebody get something.
Yeah, I'm about to go get something right now.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Nikita don't want this all over his shop floor. Hey, y'all got a towel over there or something real quick? Andrew, it's coming fast now.
Why are you sticking your arm in it? This ain't
I
Willy
was-
Wonka. That is not chocolate. He ain't got no drain pan back here yet. Bumping the lift up a little bit so I can get under that tunnel without having to lower the transmission anymore. Cause I don't want to have to try to manhandle this thing with basically just me under here, you know. All right, guys, we finally got this piece of junk right here out of there. It was not near as easy as the T5. Not the first one I done, but I hope it's the last one. We couldn't get to the torque converter bolts when the bell housing was all the way forward. The block plate right here on the starter hole was actually covering up part of the stud on the torque converter, and I was by myself, so I couldn't do it with one hand and then hold the motor turning over with one hand. But I was able to pull the transmission back just a little bit and get to the converter bolts like that, be able to loosen them up. So we were able to get the torque converter bolts out whenever we pulled the transmission back, or pulled the bell housing back just enough, and we were able to actually just lift the car up over the transmission. So the lift helped out a lot. It was tricky trying to figure out how to get to them converter bolts, what height the lift needed to be at and stuff, and the jack needed to be at, but overall it wasn't too terrible. Taking the actual transmission out was not the worst part of the day, because I ended up having to cut, I don't know if I showed y'all this yet or not, but I'll show you again. This right here is the only clamp that they put on the exhaust coming off the catalytic converter, that flange on the header. So I ended up having to cut the welds off of the mufflers for the tailpipes that they slid about 2-inch of pipe in. You can see there's marks all over the rear end of the car where I was having to pretty much just beat the tailpipes out of there. But it came out eventually with a lot of hard work and dedication and curse words. I reckon I'm gonna go ahead and get the flex plate off of it, get the flywheel on it, get the pilot bearing in it, go ahead and get the clutch and all that on there so we can get this bell housing on for the T5. Now it's gonna be much easier. This is the fun part, I guess. I'll catch y'all in a few.
I heard Andrew had it rough today. He said he was upset. He said, I'm gonna have fun editing this video. But you know what? We're gonna leave a little bit of comedy in there for you guys. Don't worry, don't worry.
I don't know how funny it's gonna be.
Andrew don't know how funny it's gonna be, but hey, you know, we all get mad, right? So I assume I'm gonna run across some footage that is, wow. Because he said the camera was running and he didn't even know it, so.
I don't know what the f I'm supposed to say.
Yeah, either way, guys, we'll keep it tasteful, but we'll try to leave a little bit in there. All right, so where are we at with this? Well, I've been at work, working super hard today, and Andrew's been over here goofing off, so.
He was at work, he wasn't working.
So it's about time that I show up and have to do everything. So I did come into the garage with a huge, massive spot of transmission fluid.
That's because I was gone to the store to buy cake.
So I was really excited about that. Andrew got the transmission out. He's working on his block plate right now, cleaning it up. And guys, look, of all times, we need our parts washer bad. I don't know if I told you guys, but we got a huge 40-gallon parts washer coming that we literally could have set the transmission in if we wanted to. And yeah, right now we need it. So Andrew's gonna go ahead and knock off the flex plate right here, and we'll get this block plate on. Then we have a new flywheel coming, and pilot bearing, clutch, all that stuff. So not much to really show you guys at the moment, but I'll come back out here once we start turning wrenches. I just wanted to let you guys know everything is okay. I'm back. The channel is safe. Andrew, but that ain't but a 12 volt. How's it doing that?
It's the operator.
Oh, it is?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna cut that part out.
Oops.
Jesus.
Magic.
Magic. I didn't do that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I thought I spilled things all over the carpet, and I'm like,
Look, I'm over here having to do all the damn work. Jesus Christ, and video, and you know what? You're gonna have to get that.
okay. I ain't done nothing today, so I'll just go
Nah,
ahead.
you ain't done nothing.
Ain't no problem.
Andrew, I think you need a new rear main.
Yeah, just gonna get one.
We're gonna go ahead and knock this out, guys. Or not knock it out. I mean, I'm gonna show you a little bit of footage. I can't stay out here all night. I have to work in the morning, unlike some people. So Andrew's gonna be out here sloughing off. But hopefully we can at least get the transmission in the car for him and get the heavy stuff done, and then he can finish it up tomorrow if he needs to or whatever. But I'll be back in just a minute. We're gonna take a little bit of a break here. We're gonna do some unboxing right in the middle of this video. I know, crazy, right? Let's go ahead and do this. Got some cool signage here to go in the shop. So our first package is from Harris Lou. So you guys may know who this is. Beautiful Calypso LX. He's all over Instagram. I mean, this car has a huge following.
He's got super sweet gear too.
Yeah, he does. He's got some awesome stuff, real retro stuff. So we got a really cool calendar here. Oh yeah, check that out.
That's Hicks House Video's car. That thing is sweet.
Yeah, so that's awesome. That car right there is actually my inspiration when I built mine, kind of how I wanted it to look and whatnot. I love the wheels on it. Guys, that looks good. That's clean. I love seeing these cars like this. Just stock, you know, and I'm not a huge pony wheel fan, but they look good in 17s for sure. That is awesome. He does some super awesome artwork, Photoshop work. I'm telling you guys, this is awesome. He does really cool work. So you guys go check out Lou Creative. I'll put up all of his links and information right here. I didn't even see that on the back. So I appreciate that, Harris. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the support as always. All right, let's go ahead and get this opened up.
If not, it's just fine.
Oh yeah? Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Guys, you cannot go wrong with the black and white scheme like that. That looks good. So this is from South Coast Cars and Coffee Association. We've messaged back a few times, and that is just super cool, guys. I love that. Thank you so much for that. And hey, I always rep the gear you guys send. I'm wearing the 417 Fox hat right now, and everybody always asks, you know, where I get the hat from. So I've got to get some new hats. We're gonna go with the Richardson hats.
That's sweet, man.
And yeah, it is. And we're gonna actually get some decent hats here pretty soon, so you guys can purchase those. Yeah, this is awesome. What's that on the back? Is that a? So yours is different.
It's a flag. No, it ain't.
Oh, it's on the arm.
Yeah, it's on the same thing. That's on the arm.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So man, I appreciate that so much. That's gonna be our little unboxing for tonight. Hopefully that didn't take too long. Guys, thank you so much for sending this stuff out. I do not have a PO box anymore, so we're shipping things to a different location. Obviously I don't want to give out my home address, so the whole PO box thing just really didn't work out. I couldn't ever remember to go up there. To be honest with you, I could never remember to go up there. So
I was wondering if he was going to tell the truth or not.
Yeah, that's the truth, honestly. So all right, guys, let's go ahead and get back to the content. All right, so Andrew's got his new flywheel here. He's cleaning it off. We've got some new bolts to go and everything. Also, I guess I could take you over here and show you the clutch. He ended up with the same clutch that I got for the Retro Fox, which is a really nice clutch, by the way. So you got the Ram clutch, same thing that we got in the Retro Fox, and man, this thing's nice. We've got our new bolts over here. Got some thread lock on them. So guys, we are gonna go back in with this here in just a second.
They'll only line up one position, so you can't put it on wrong. Right there.
Just a random one?
Yeah, that's the only way it'll line up.
All right, so I'm gonna come out real quick and address the fact that we're not really showing you guys how to do the swap, and there's a reason for that. Obviously, I had to work today, so Andrew just had to knock this out. So what I want to say, I just want to touch on a few things. Let's say you're going from an AOD transmission and you're going to put a T5 in your car. What are some of the issues that you might run into? One of the changes that you're going to have to make, obviously, is going from a flex plate to a flywheel. So all 5 speeds, all manuals have a flywheel. It's a lot thicker, a lot heavier, and this is what your clutch is going to ride on. Also, you're going to have longer bolts for your flywheel. Your flex plate's really thin, so the bolts are shorter. Also, you're going to have a pilot bearing. So that's this right here. This is what your input shaft is going to ride in. All you have to do is buy a pilot bearing and knock it in. The hole's already there in the crankshaft. You just knock it in. You're obviously going to have to pull your shifter out. It's pretty easy there. And all of your linkages, stuff like that will come out. And literally, guys, you just run your cable up through here and you put it in just like you would a 5-speed. That is truly about the only thing underneath the car that's going to change for the most part. Now, your pedal assembly is aggravating. It's not easy. You will have to have that. Other than that, though, guys, it's pretty simple. I'm going to let Andrew go ahead and finish up what he's doing. I'll get back to you guys in a second. Took a little while. We had to round up some nuts and bolts, but we got everything in. The clutch is on, the flywheel. We got the bell housing. Everything is torqued to spec. The number 3 setting on the Milwaukee. I promise you, that's all you need. So everything's good, guys. We're gonna go ahead, toss the transmission in it, and just start kind of knocking it out. I don't know. I'll be up for a little while longer, but Andrew may end up having to roll into tomorrow with this. You got to work tomorrow?
No, I got to work Monday night, so I got
one more day off. Andrew will have to finish this up tomorrow. It won't all get done tonight.
It's going to be re-welded.
Yeah, we're gonna weld on the exhaust and stuff like that. So tomorrow night, I'll probably, after I get off work, come out here and help him finish it up. But as long as we can get the transmission up here, then that's done. And we got a transmission jack coming. It's just not here yet. That'll be here next week sometime. So we got a parts washer coming that we could have used tonight. We got a transmission jack. Every bit of it we needed tonight. There was something else too. A what?
Drain pan. Oh
yeah, the drain pan. So we could have used that 12 times. I swear, it's ridiculous. And we probably won't use this stuff for another month. Yeah. So, but it is what it is. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of, fiddle with this a little bit tonight, if you will. And then I'll come back out before I hit the sack and show you guys what we've got accomplished. If we get to the transmission here in a few minutes, I'll probably just set the camera up and let you guys watch that. Action.
My Hunter's director's chair at, since all we want to do is watch.
I asked y'all if y'all wanted me to help
turn
the
tail shaft.
I don't know if I'll be able to.
Yeah, make sure it's wiggle enough, I think. All right.
Where's the bolts?
They're over there on that table.
Can I see? I told him watch his head. I hit my bed.
Show you guys something. Now this is a good sight. This is a very good sight. Check this out. Look at that. There is a T-5 hanging underneath this thing now. We got the shifter out. Yeah. So now all we got to do is get the car back up again. So let's go ahead and do that now. We'll get the car up and put the cross member on, and I'm going to actually head inside. It's already past my bedtime. One thing, if you don't know, if you're going to use your AOD cross member, which I thought this was a T5, you have to cut these welds right here. There's 4 spot welds. You just grind them off on either side right here and just slide this thing back. And basically, if you buy a new one, they come adjustable anyway. They're not even welded, so you don't have to weld them back. So we probably won't weld this one. I don't know. I think I have another one somewhere. I'm not sure. I'll have to look around in the shed over here. But if we don't have another one, it's a simple fix. We'll probably just go ahead and grind it off. It'll probably be just as quick. We're gonna have to do some trimming up around the transmission tunnel on the car so we can get to the bolts. But other than that, that's pretty much done, guys. It's just buttoning everything up. So one of the things that you will have to do is move your speedometer cable. So it's gonna have to be moved over here. I forgot all about that, guys. So normally it would go in where your clutch cable goes right in this hole here. You're gonna have to pull it out and put it over here in this grommet that's basically already there for this, for a 5-speed car. And I don't understand why Ford would not go ahead and put it in its regular location. Like I said, we're gonna do an overview of this. We're gonna talk about all the key things that you guys need to know. There's just too much to video with all of this. We're gonna literally have an hour's worth of mismatched stuff. So this will probably be like the last update that we give you until this thing is done, just because there's too many of these little interruptions and breaks. After everything's done, we will do an overview. I promise you, we'll put the car on the lift. We'll go through everything. We'll get you guys up to speed.
Get the camera here. Where that crowbar at? I'm finna just break everything down here. That sounds like a good idea to me.
Hey, I found a 92 GT AOD. All we gotta do is swap it to a T5.
Is it $500? If it is, I'll just resell it without swapping it. That's about the only way I buy that over there.
So if you guys don't know, pretty much your whole column and all that's got to come out. You have to move your speedometer cable, and you're gonna have to get up in here to take the pedal assembly out. So Andrew's still working on that right now. I know it looks like a complete mess, and it kind of is, but overall, once he gets this done, the pedal assembly in and stops using my ratchet as a hammer. But anyway, that's what's going on here. Like I said, I'll probably use some of these clips as like B-roll, so that way, let me turn this shit down, Jesus Christ. I'll probably use some of these clips that we've got as like B-roll as we explain to you guys what actually is going on. All right, get back to you in a few minutes. All right, that'll be fine. I mean, just need to make sure it runs good. It ain't scrubbing.
Just get to one spot that it gets real hard when you go again.
Oh hell. Yeah, I mean that's it. All right, guys, this will be the very first run on Andrew's car. We don't have everything back together yet, but got the steering wheel, got all the foot pedals, and all that stuff's done. So this will officially be the first run. Now we don't have the harness and everything wired up just yet, but we can get the car started and see what happens. He's gonna go through the gears. What's that, first? That's the first run with Andrew's car with the T5 in it. And guys, remember, that's the old T5 out of this car. So this is going to tell a story. We had an issue with the T5 in this car making a lot of noise and racket. Guess what I didn't hear with Andrew's car? Yeah. A lot of noise. We think we have something messed up as far as the way this engine sits or something. Maybe the transmission mount, maybe the frame of the car is tweaked. I don't know, causing something to be in a bind. This transmission makes no noise in his car, or so far anyway. It was not fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've not done one of these since the 90s. And well, we did the T5 swap in my car, but it already was a 5-speed car originally. Somebody put an AOD in it, so mine was a lot easier. Andrew's was not quite so easy, but it's all good. This is now a 5-speed 5.0 coupe. So no telling what this car is gonna be worth now. He just added value to it by doing this, and he's gonna be a hell of a lot happier when he drives it.
Much happier.
Much happier. That's right, we got this thing done, guys. Car still needs to be cleaned up. Got a little exhaust leak, but I think other than that, we're good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and back the car out for the first time. hopefully everything works. Stand by. All right, guys, that's it. That's the first move on the car. So somewhere on down the line, we'll give you guys like his first impressions, a ride along, all that type of stuff. But right now, this is actually a surprise for Andrew. He doesn't know it. He's starting night shift tonight. He's been working his butt off. He helps me all the time. So I figured I would come out here and finish the car up for him. The car basically was just like it was last night when we left off, interior torn apart. So I went ahead, put everything back together for him. All he's got to do now is just clean everything up. Welded his exhaust up for him. Got his exhaust put back on. Tightened up a few little loose ends. He's good. So he should be pretty surprised whenever he walks out the door and sees his car. So guys, let me go ahead, take care of that. I don't know what time he's going to get up, or else I would take you guys along and like for the whole surprise, but it's no big deal. All right, guys, we'll catch you in the next video. And as always, thanks for watching. So real quick, like I thought I'd take you guys along for a ride in the Arctic Fox. I'm on my way to Andrew's house right now to deliver the car. Wow, guys, this thing so far, at least just in the neighborhood, is awesome. It's so smooth. Look at that. Car feels pretty good on power. All right, guys, let me go ahead and get this thing dropped off to Andrew. And as always, thanks for watching.